Everyone, I want to talk about the impact of pornography. The impact of pornography. Okay? All right, or as well as the influence of pornography. If we can get into it, how it takes over, the effects, etc. Pornography itself, the, the pornography is basically a visual of two people coming together, which is a violation to a union because it's supposed to be based upon the two individuals. So that's a violation to that. So that's one spirit that came in. Okay. The fact that it's out of lust, there's another one. The fact that it's out of an impure nature, there's another. The fact that these people are not cleaved together in declaration that they will behold looking at each other only. So there's another one. So that just three to four by itself, not including that it stems in pride, it stems in fear, it stems in hurt, it stems in depression, it stems in um, uh, being suppressed, being tormented, uh, no love. What it all these different spirits comes in through one door. So if that's going in to make the film, never mind the two individuals they have inside them already based upon where their background is about, they're bringing that into the film. Now, the individual on the outside who's looking at the film, they're taking that image, those spirits which are invisible, they are transferring that spirit, of those spirits inside them. Now, a person will say, well, how can that be? There's a screen, whatever. Have you ever heard the saying, through your eyes is through the window of to the soul, or the doorway to the soul? Whatever a man seeth, so shall he be. If you think about the imagination, if you think about your creativity, if you believe you can, if you see it, you can believe it, and if you believe it, you basically it's done, right? It's what it is because we're a spirit. We're not physical. We're not the body. Otherwise, it would literally take you to physically to have intercourse with those people across the screen. But there's a transference of what you see, what they're projected, what they're produced through that. Whatever caused them to do that is transferring inside you. It's like a verbal conversation. It's like a visual conversation. You hang around a conversation long enough, what's inside those, was the impact of those words, the definitive meaning of those words is transferring inside of you, and you'll become that. Okay, so if fornication by itself is considered to go outside a person that you haven't declared as your individual union. That means your soul, your mind, your will, your emotion, your intellect, your imagination doesn't have a place but anyone but for that individual. That's who you've cleaved to. That's who you have married. No one has that spot, and anyone try to get that spot is an invasion to the union. The commitment that you made with yourself for this individual. So that's why it's considered adultery if we look upon a person or we think upon a person that is not the person that we actually committed to. It's committed adultery because you're going outside of the perfect image of the person that you committed to. Now someone else's image is invading that image, which is basically it's like treason. So if pornography comes in, the spirit of itself, the spirit of pornography. So if you take it when you get time, look up the word pornography. I believe it's. I want to say it's not Hebrew. It could be Greek. Well, at least I know that fornication. Pornography come from the word um, fornication. Pornography comes from the word fornication. So, um, pornography is pornographic. It is an expression of fornication visually, but it's a spirit though. Once you invite that spirit in, it's not meant to let you go. So some people are okay with the feel of it, but I'm a person who struggled with it for, wow. Let's say if I got started at an early age, maybe I'm going to say from the range between 6 to, let's say 10. I got introduced to it. And I've struggled with it for many years, and I'm 42, and thank God for his deliverance. I am finally free from it. You know, the desire is gone. Does the spirit of fornication check my temple and see if there's space available for it to enter in? Yes, it does. It's going to, you know, but that's where the life of God comes in, and if you allow him to, he'll plant himself inside you, and then therefore there is no room for anything that will take you away from love or take you away from peace. Okay, getting back to the pornography. Why pornography is considered technically good is because, in fact, it feeds the mind, the will, the intellect, the imagination. The mind, the will, the imagination, the intellect. Let me see. Let me see if I got the. Wait. The mind, the will, the emotion, the intellect, the imagination. There you go. Okay. It entertains all those 5 areas. It entertained them with a distraction that this distraction is going to sustain. This feeling is actually going to carry out through the duration. This is any form of an evil spirit. You know, we'll say greed, we'll say gluten, we'll say uh, pride. We say any spirit is it gives a falsified reality or falsified illusion that is there to bring forth some form of joy, but it's temporary because it goes to the joy or the somewhat satisfaction goes towards the body, not towards the soul. The soul is crippled, so the individual that's watching this is in hiding. This how a person gets addicted to it. It's not so much that they can't resist it. It's more so it's a feeding now. They have to sustain those spirits that they have invited in. Once they're in, they're not there to bring you peace. They're there to take your peace. They're not there to bring you love. They're there to take your love. And without love and without peace, you're basically dead. There is no hope. This is the reason why people, if you notice, the the moment that you entertain it the first time is far different than let's say the second time. Let alone if you get as far as 50. So this is anything that's considered evil, and that's the difference between something that's of good, because it doesn't something of good doesn't rob you of peace. It doesn't rob you of love. It actually increases it if it's of good. So pornography gets inside the soul. Now we have images about people that's not who we're meant to be with. They're carrying something inside them. It's like, would you have relations or intercourse, sexual intercourse, with a person that you knew that had a sexually transmitted disease? I mean, full blatant, no protection, no nothing. Would you, you know, some people may do it because that's where they are. And where they are, they're in a place where there is no love and no peace. Because there is no value. If you walk into a burning house willingly, you're really not really aware of who you are or what is going to transpire. So this is how we are with pornography. Now, like I said, I watched it when I was I'm going to, if I said 10, I could say as young as 6. I saw it early on in my life, and the countless things that I've done to get it. And if pornography is considered so good, why is it such a, it's open now because the world has been infiltrated by the spirit of it. So it has invited such spirit in, you know. But once upon a time, that spirit that was taking life from you is now once a close knit, just like drugs, you know, just like alcohol, just like anything that's considered that has the aftermath of it is actually there to hurt you versus to propel you to go forward or go higher in peace or in love. It's serving this purpose to take you away from God, not to bring you towards God. God is of love and God is of peace. And he wants to protect that so that you will never be hurt. If something is there assigned to take that away from you, in our right mind or in a mind that is considered matured or a mind that's considered delivered or has value, it really wouldn't entertain such thing. But we all fall short of the glory of God. We all have fallen short of the glory of God. We have all missed the mark of God's vision for us. So this is part 1 of talking about pornography, and I hope this is a blessing to someone. As I close with this, Jesus, I ask of you, my Lord, for anyone who's up under the sound of this voice, and if they desire to be free, they may seem that pornography is actually corrupting them in such a spiritual manner in their soul, where they have no peace and no fulfillment, there is no happiness, there's no joy. If you have revealed unto them such, my prayer is that they invite you in and receive your salvation, which separates them from the cursing, which is the act of disobedience that will keep the disobedience is anything that will keep you away from being blessed. All right, we wasn't made to be in turmoil, to be in torment, to be a slave. We wasn't made for any such thing. But disobedience give rightful reign to the enemy, give rightful reign to Satan to come in and to torment us or to enslave us. Now, a person could blame it on ethnicities and all that good stuff. Anyone can be used by Satan. Anyone and just about anything can be used by Satan. So, with that being said, God knows the inside out, where Satan is, where he's not, you know, and God can protect us. If we go up under his umbrella, up under his coverage, up under his hedge, he can protect us from all this harm, and we'll never have to toil, be in torment. We never have to be in turmoil again. And if we have endured such a past life of pornography, or even given our bodies to fornication, or bodies recklessly, from a person who had a stroke and who remembers nothing really of my past, like of that was of evil, of torment, that was my prayer. My prayer was to be delivered from anything that was robbing me of love and peace and joy. Now, those are thoughts. God literally took away those thoughts that was tormenting me, that kept me in fear, that kept me in. I wouldn't be talking to whoever's listening with this video right now without this. So, with that being said, if Jesus, I ask that anyone who desires to be set free from the spirit of pornography, the spirit of fornication, the spirit of adultery, the spirit of alcoholism, any substance abuse, if they were ever violated through some kind of domestic act, verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, whatever, any kind of abuse that ever can be psychologically, whatever that has robbed them away from a fellowship and a relationship with you, I decree your blood over them right now. And if they're willingly invite you in by saying, Jesus, come into my life, I receive that you can set me free. I ask you to set me free. If they can do that, their part, Father, I ask through your Son that you deliver them all. It doesn't matter how many. And there be a new testament to whoever that they know. There'd be first and foremost a testament to themselves. And they would see the impact and what it means to be born again. What it means to be a new creature. What it means to be delivered and set free from torment. Consider it done in Jesus' name.